Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hey guys, it's ArchieLuxury. ArchieLuxury on the Paul Pluta channel. Today guys, I'm doing a special video. This here is for Muhammad, and Muhammad paid me some money. This is paid review 21QB128. And originally Muhammad said, Arch, pull up the Greubel Forsey Balancier S2. Try to convince Jamie Oppulence to buy one. And I gotta tell you, what is this watch? Well, it's 200,000 Swiss francs. It's expensive. Aussie dollars is about $300,000. And it's an interesting equation. Who should buy this sort of watch? And now Muhammad paid me to talk Jamie Oppulence into buying one, but I think, Muhammad, you don't realize Jamie Oppulence, I don't think, is at that sort of level. And what I mean by that is, you really need to have a substantial amount of wealth behind you to consider purchasing a watch like that. It's probably the same as if you were to consider a Richard Mille. You've got to really look at this and decide for yourself. It's one thing to buy a Patek Philippe, but it's another thing to get a specialized watch like this. Now, a Greubel Forsey, I can't even begin to think how you could possibly resell such an animal if the need arose. And this is kind of where it becomes so specialized. This is very much very similar to sort of haute couture clothing, very, very exclusive sort of stuff, which, how do I put it? It is pretty extreme, small, narrow market. Now, I got to be totally honest with you. I think to buy a $200,000 to $300,000 watch, you really need to have your bases sort of covered. I kind of think the joys of buying a watch like that is that you really don't care about resale. You don't really care about what anyone else thinks. It's kind of your own hedonistic pleasure. And I gotta be totally honest with you, I think to most people, you're better off. It's kind of like buying art. You're always good idea to buy something you like because it may not sell. You may be stuck with it. And I think with any sort of watches, they're high-end watches. See, Patek, they have watches over the $1 million mark. But Patek is more kind of saleable. If you wanted to sell a high-end Patek, it's something that has a saleability linked to that brand name over many, many years. A brand like Greubel Forsey is kind of just an extreme brand. It's kind of like Richard Mille. It's kind of like these very, very exclusive, specialist sort of brands. And I got to be honest with you, it's one thing to buy a $200,000 Patek, but it's another thing to buy a more obscure sort of brand. I think the big danger, if you bought, say, a watch like this, is that you may not be able to, you'll take a massive bath if you had to get out of it. Jamie Oppulence himself bought a Khaleesi dial Patek Philippe. That's the Patek World Time, which has the painted dial. And to be totally honest with you, the price is not far off this Greubel Forsey. However, realistically, Jamie could get out of that piece without losing his shirt. There's always a ready market for a Khaleesi dial World Time. Yes, it's expensive, yes, but it's kind of a bit like selling a S-Class Mercedes-Benz. Yes, it's expensive compared to a custom bespoke pink Bentley. They might be near in price, but to sell the custom Bentley, you've got a very limited range of customers. Whereas with the Mercedes, it's a bigger appeal. Now, I think myself, to be able to buy something like a Richard Mille or a Greubel Forsey, you really need to be in a level of wealth, 20 million US dollars and above. That's what I think you really need to be in to be buying that sort of thing, which means you probably have a couple of homes, you have a couple of beautiful cars, maybe a reasonably nice boat, maybe some sort of aircraft or a fractional ownership of an aircraft. This sort of financial outlay is not to be taken lightly. This is not for the faint-hearted. This is something which you buy this because you love the brand and you really want to enjoy just some hedonistic pleasure. The downside with this is I wouldn't even know in a country like Australia where you would even begin to sell this sort of watch. The first time I ever heard of Greubel Forsey, it was, what was it? Was it Monards or Hourglass? One of those dealers, and I wasn't interested. It's never really been my cup of tea. It's so specialized. I'm just not in. It's just way beyond my pay grade. And I got to tell you, I think buying a watch, 200,000 Swiss francs, you're probably, for most people out there, unless you can afford to write that off, you'd be better off building a portfolio of watches. And as much as it pains me to say, some Steel Sports, 300,000 Aussie in Rolex Steel Sports is probably going to be a better investment than one Greubel Forsey. If you could find a buyer, big if. I mean, Patek Philippe is a obscure brand, but something like a Greubel Forsey, it's very, very tough. It's very similar to Richard Mille, and I think It's the same sort of mindset you've got to go in there. You really need to be worth 10 to 20 million dollars minimum if you're going to be buying that sort of obscure piece. The thing is, Jamie did buy a Khaleesi dial Patek, but let's be totally honest there, that's actually a pretty safe investment. He can get out of that with relative ease. It's not impossible. He could easily get out of that. Number of dealers would take it because it's a known commodity. Yes, a Khaleesi dial is pretty rare, but it's a known commodity, and there are people who really love those things. And part of the charm of the Khaleesi dial Patek is that it holds its value, whereas these obscure brands, it's a bit like buying a Coensag, you know, those, or a Pagani, a sort of a super hypercar. Who the hell is going to service or buy these damn things after you? And I think Mohammed, for Jamie, I think Jamie should probably stick to Patek, build a bit more of a Patek ensemble there. That's probably what I would be doing. I'd be building that sort of collection out. And I gotta be honest with you, I think to be able to buy that sort of brand, you've got to be pretty careful. It's kind of the difference between picking a single stock and having a balanced portfolio. Sometimes the single stock, you can do your ass on this sort of stuff. And I got to be honest with you, for as much as the brand is amazing, I don't think it's something I could really recommend people to go into. I mean, you've got to be super, super wealthy to be able to not have 200,000 Swiss francs not hurt. That's a lot of hurt money. Very, very painful. And I got to be honest with you, it may be similar to a Patek Khaleesi dial, but a Khaleesi dial is a known commodity. Yes, it's rare, yes, but it's also highly saleable. I think that the punters for a Greubel Forsey it's a very narrow band of individuals. So I got to be honest with you, Mohammed, it's nice to chew the fat with Jamie, but I cannot recommend a Greubel Forsey for him. I think build up your pat. There's nothing. I'm not putting anyone down. I'm just being completely honest here. Build up what you've got. Enjoy your watches and have some fun. I'm ArchieLuxury. This has been a special video for Mohammed. Tell me what you think, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Guys, remember, you can commission videos like this, $50 US. I'll make a video. Any topic, anything, I'll give it a stab, and I will release it on the channel. $50 US. Look down below. PayPal me at ArchieLuxury72@gmail.com. Send me your request, ArchieLuxury72@gmail.com, and I will follow it through. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury on the Poor Pluta channel. Guys, I desperately need to do more paid reviews. The backlog is pretty well non-existent. Guys, I desperately need to do paid reviews. I charge $50 US for a paid review. I'll tell you what I think of your collection. I'll give you some additions and I'll answer some questions you may have about your collection. This could be a perfect Christmas gift for a friend. Send me details on their collection. Send me details of what they've got, and I'll give you some advice. Guys, this could be a great present to give somebody. And also, guys, if you've never had a paid review from ArchieLuxury, man, this could be a great way for you to get a paid review and share it with all your friends. Guys, I desperately need some more paid reviews. The cupboard is bare. I don't have many left at all to do. I desperately want to do more paid reviews. Please get a paid review request in. Email me, archieluxury72@gmail.com. PayPal to the same address. It's $50 and I'd love to tell you what I think of your collection. I'm ArchieLuxury. See you in the next paid review. Urgently, guys, I need some paid reviews. Hey guys, check out one of my best friends, Jamie Oppulence, on YouTube. Just go to Jamie Oppulence on YouTube. A fantastic channel from my good friend Jamie. Check it out, guys. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. We're gearing up to Christmas, and I want to tell you about ArchieLuxury advertising packages. So guys, let me give you the drum. Let me give you the squirt. Let me tell you the story. So, what have we got here for you? We got some really good packages. What have we got? Advertising packages. Do you want a 15-second insert? 15-second insert into every ArchieLuxury video and Paul Pluta channel video. 15-second insert into each video. $200 for a month. $200 for a month. If you want a rolling script, every video for a month, $100 for the month. You'll get your rolling script into each video I produce. Fridge space is pretty full at the moment. I will be advising when I'm taking more fridge advertisers. Let me know if there's any Christmas deal I can do for you. I'm ArchieLuxury. Advertise and become a winner.